I am a March Madness wizard. Look at this, here we are, filming some footage outside the apartment for once. And yeah, the weather's been a little warmer around here lately, which is great. And it can only mean one thing, and that is that the March Madness basketball tournament is just around the corner. I enjoy sports, but basketball has always been one of my least favorite sports, both to play and to follow. It's probably why I don't actually own a basketball. Obviously, it's a great sport. I can see why people like it. And I wouldn't say I hate it or anything like that. It's just I don't enjoy it quite as much as other sports. Probably because I'm not very good at it. Maybe because I've just never really followed it. Except for that time that the Raptors went on their championship run. Boy, did I jump on that bandwagon. But yeah, for the first 20-some years of my life, I paid zero attention to March Madness. I mean, I knew it was some basketball tournament played by college players, so like not even the pros. And that was really all I needed to know to completely ignore it every year. Until 3 years ago. In March of 2018, my coworkers convinced me to join the bracket challenge pool at work. I didn't want to throw away $20 over a stupid basketball tournament, but after they told me that there was no skill needed to fill out a bracket, I decided, well, what do I have to lose? Well, besides the $20, I guess. So I joined, and that tournament was when I discovered the thrill of the March Madness bracket. The tournament is a knockout style. If you lose one game, you're eliminated. It starts with 64 teams and ends, of course, with one winner. The bracket is set up in such a way that each team has the exact path they would need to make it to the final game, which means you can try to predict the outcome of all 63 games in the tournament, and, in theory, you could predict all 63 correctly and achieve the perfect bracket. With over 9 quintillion different outcomes, this has never happened, and probably never will, but that doesn't stop millions of people from trying every March. Sports sites have ways of making it fun by allowing you to join groups and compete against others. You're awarded points for each game you correctly predict. As the tournament rounds advance, the games become more valuable in terms of points. Since I knew nothing about basketball, I filled out my bracket in a matter of minutes, relying only on seed numbers and hunches. For example, of course I picked West Virginia to make it pretty far because of the John Denver song, and of course I picked the Gators to go far because they have a cool logo. I ended up with Villanova versus Michigan in the final, and I chose Villanova to win it all. And to my utter shock and surprise, Villanova met Michigan in the final, and Villanova won the tournament. Of course, I had made many incorrect predictions along the way, but predicting the final teams correctly was enough to crush everyone else in the work pool. And my bracket was ranked 3,122nd overall, and that was out of millions of entries. So I happily took home the cash prize of $120, and I figured it was just beginner's luck. But the next year, I decided to try entering the bracket challenge again. This time it was with a different group. And although I didn't get quite as many points, I did pick Virginia to win it all, and they did, which was enough to crush everyone else in my group and put me in the 98th percentile overall. I can only conclude that I have some sort of sixth sense when it comes to picking March Madness brackets, and therefore, I am a March Madness wizard. So that's been my March Madness experience so far, but I feel like I need a third winning bracket to really prove that I have some sixth sense or something when it comes to picking March Madness brackets. So I was gonna join last year again, but March Madness was canceled. I mean, well, March in general was canceled last year due to COVID, but March Madness is back this year, so I have my chance. However, I'm going to need your help. I created a group, a bracket group on ESPN.com, and I need you to join so that I can beat you. Right now, you can go to the link in the description and join my group. And I want as many people as possible to join so I can really solidify the fact that I'm the March Madness wizard. So tell all your basketball friends, tell all your friends really. And that's the great thing. You don't have to know a thing about basketball in order to have fun with this challenge. All you need to know is that teams that have a number 1 beside are good, teams that have a number 16 beside are bad. And yeah, have fun with it. See if you can beat me. Oh, and one last thing. Of course, there have to be stakes. So if you enter and I end up with a higher score than you when this tournament is over, you are required to come back to this video and leave a comment below acknowledging that I'm the March Madness wizard. On the other hand, if you beat me, I will give you a personal shout out in a future video. Sound good? Awesome. I'll see you in the group. You have until Thursday to pick your bracket. This will be fun.